because this girl is about to go down. We can't let people misinform the public like this with lies, straight up lies. Coach Greg, and again, more on Autumn Bates, the world's worst nutritionist, spewing so much nonsense, it's literally gonna blow your mind. You may not have a brain after watching this. She was wondering, can you lose weight if you eat 2 slices of bread a day? And she gets into if you need a calorie deficit to lose weight or not.
The calories in, calories out theory does not take the individual into account.
She's supposed to have a master's degree, which she says over and over again and explains to you how smart she is.
Can you eat 2 slices of bread per day and still lose weight?
No, you can't. If you eat 2 slices of bread per day, probably gonna release cortisol, probably can't lose weight, nope. 2 pieces of bread per day. My great-grandma, she made me 2 slices of bread per day, and I was overweight my entire life because of that. I didn't eat nothing else for all them years. What do you think the real answer is? Of course you can eat 2 slices of bread per day and lose weight. I had 8 for breakfast. But I'm on HRT. Oh, what's the comeback? Oh, but Coach Greg's on HRT? That 140 milligrams a week? That's the secret. Yeah, it made me breakfast. I didn't even have to cook the freaking French toast. Nope, I didn't cook. I didn't cook 32 freaking French toasts this morning. Want to see? This is what HRT can do. You see this? HRT did that for me. I didn't even cook it. So I ate all this bread because HRT allows me to. Calories in, calories out. 2 slices of bread, this bread has 150 calories. Can I eat 150 calories of bread a day and lose weight? The answer is yes. Can I eat 10 slices of bread and lose weight? Yes, I can. Could I eat 20 slices of bread and lose weight? Yes, for sure I would lose weight if I only ate 20 slices of bread a day. It's stupid, but let's listen and let's see what she says. Remember, she's going to remind us how she's a very good nutritionist and has a degree and she's so smart and the whole thing. So she's, every video, remember that.
Alright guys, if you're new to my channel and you don't know who I am, my name's Autumn and I'm a certified clinical nutritionist with my master's in nutrition human performance. On my channel, I'm typically talking about the science-backed and holistic methods that you can use in order to achieve your wellness dreams. So if you have a wellness goal in mind, make sure you subscribe. Now, in order to fully understand this question of whether or not bread can be eaten and still achieve your weight loss goals, we first need to dive into what it is that actually causes weight gain and what causes weight loss in the first place. This is important to understand because it's going to explain to you why it is that so many people like Oprah, for example, are telling you that you can eat bread and still lose weight. Now, there are 2 main theories for why we gain or lose weight. That first theory is the calories in, calories out theory of weight loss, or CICA, as some people know it. Now, for weight loss to be achieved with this theory, it all comes down to calorie restriction. Period. That's the simplicity of the calories in, calories out theory, is that as long as you have your calories or your food intake from a certain number, that you will inevitably lose weight. In fact, you'll see a lot of different formulas that go along with this theory in order to calculate exactly how many calories you burn, your BMR, your metabolism, all of this in order to determine exactly how many calories you need to take in order to be in a deficit in order to lose weight.
I'm editing this video, but one thing I also wanted to add in here is that's why bread fits so well into the calories in, calories out theory of weight loss, because bread is generally a lower calorie food compared to some other foods. So that's why people like Oprah will tell you that you can add this in and still achieve your weight loss goals, because it—
Who the heck is listening to Oprah on how to lose weight? First of all, Oprah is the worst example of weight loss. She's fat, she's thin, she's fat, she's thin. She needs to pick a weight and go with it. I did a skit in grade 11. I was freaking Michael Jackson, and I did an Oprah Winfrey interview with my twin brother and another guy, and they interviewed us. And I said that joke, fat, titty, blah, blah, and blah, and blah, blah. Michael Jackson. Oprah asked me a bad question. I was Michael Jackson. She's like, what's with all the bones? What's with all the kids coming into your house? I'm like, hey, what's with you? Anyway, it's a little joke from the past. Oprah doesn't know a lot about weight loss. But this girl, I think, knows less, Because you can't eat 2 slices of bread. And bread isn't really low calorie. I didn't claim it's low calorie. But it's not enough to eat 2 bread slices to get fat.
Nutrition facts labels, which is how a lot of people are determining their calorie intake, can have up to a 20% error rate.
It's true. Nutrition labels lie. I have made many videos and posts about this. It's true. But it doesn't change the fact that you need to be in a deficit to lose weight. It doesn't change the fact that if you're in a surplus all the freaking time, you're gonna get obese eventually.
And yet there are people all around the world who maintain their weight or lose weight, like myself and like a lot of my clients, without ever counting a single calorie.
It doesn't matter if you track exactly how much you're eating. Eat less. If you're overweight and you want to lose weight, I'm not saying you have to lose weight. I don't care. I mean, I want you to be healthy, but look, I'm not going to make fun of you if you're overweight. You know, I understand how hard it is to lose weight, and I understand the hormones. I know ghrelin is freaking punching you in the face constantly to eat. I know that if you're born with extra fat cells, too many fat cells, you're gonna have a much harder time being lean your entire life. I fully appreciate how hard this is. And trust me trying to get to 4 and 5% body fat in a bodybuilding contest is just as hard as you going from 400 pounds to 300. Trust me, it's a freaking nightmare. But it's a challenge I chose to go after. And if you want to lose weight, you need a deficit. You do. You can't listen to this BS and think that there's a magic way by balancing hormones. You need to eat in a deficit. There's no debate here. I mean, she goes on a freaking scientific spiel about insulin, and the more carbs you eat, the more insulin is released, the more storage hormone. Yeah, guess what? The more freaking pasta you eat, the more calories it has, and the more likely you're going to be in a surplus and gain weight. I mean, what is she arguing here? Insulin's an anabolic hormone. I mean, what are you saying? If you eat a lot and you have a lot of insulin and you're gaining weight, eat less insulin, lose weight, because you're in a calorie deficit. It's not the fact that it's the insulin, it's the fact that you're in a calorie deficit.
By having a lower insulin response, it actually allows your body to release those fat cells.
Look, she's going on a spiel basically saying if you eat low carb, it sounds like she's keto. If you eat low carb, then the fat is ready and it's going to be available for our cells to use for energy and blah, blah, blah. Guess what? If you eat a lot of fat, you're going to get fat. It's calories. Fat has a lot of calories. If you eat a lot of it and you're in a surplus, you're going to gain fat. It's not debatable. Why does she say this?
Although it might seem like a newer concept not to consider calories as the end-all when it comes to weight loss.
Of course it's a new concept because it is important. It is the be end-all, 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 be-all, end-all. You need to be in a deficit to get shredded. You can't eat whatever you want. These people, they make you think, oh, as long as it's a lot of fat, I'll lose weight. Or I'll just add 5 cups of margarine or butter in my coffee and I'll lose weight because there's no carbs in it. They create carbophobes. Do you know how many people write me and will say, carbs, oh, I cut out the carbs from this meal because, you know, I'm trying to lose weight. The carbs. Like, what is the thing with carbs? You can't just eat extra fat to replace the carbs. You need to eat in a deficit. You don't get to eat whatever you want. You don't breathe out calories just because they're from fat or protein. You still need a deficit.
The calories in, calories out theory does not take the individual into account.
Oh, it's because this is easier to do. Yeah. No, it's because it's right. It's the right one. It's like, why is it there's a prevailing theory that the earth is circle and not flat? Because it is a freaking circle. It's round, not flat. That's why.
They've been so diligent on counting every single calorie, still not achieving their goals, but being told that they were doing something wrong. And that's because in order for the calories in, calories out theory to work, it relies on you doing something wrong, not the theory being wrong.
Do you believe this woman? Oh, I'm sorry, I called her a woman. Oh, I'm sorry, a person. You're not allowed to associate people by their gender anymore. You're not allowed to say it's a man or a woman. The circle, she might not be a circle, she's a square. I don't want to offend anybody. So scratch that. She's not a woman. She's a human being, a person. Oh no, she might not identify as human. She's a thing. No, not her.
I mean, why is it that some people can have a bowl of pasta or bread and not appear to gain weight, while others can't even have a potato?
Because they're not in a surplus. I mean, I don't know what to do with this woman. I'm strong. With probably can't point either. If I eat 3,000 calories, I lose weight because I burn off so much on my bicycle and lifting weights, and I'm a 200-pound guy on HRT. I can eat more than her, than that person on the screen over there. I can, because that over there is less body weight than me. Less active, even though 15,000 steps are being done. That's pretty good. That's probably why is not overweight.
While others who eat less carbohydrates can actually have a higher response of insulin and still gain weight from less carbohydrates.
Even if they eat one potato. No, they eat one potato and a lot of other food and they're in a surplus, and that's why they gain weight. When you get all these hormone released, you still need to be in a surplus to store the stuff. The storage hormone can't store anything without things to be stored. Do you get that? If you don't have anything to store, if you didn't eat, you can't store body fat. Even if you had 2 slices of bread and it's all carbs and you're hypersensitive, if that's all you ate all day, there's no fat storage to do because there's no calories to work with. You're gonna starve to death on 2 slices of bread. Stop it. If you think that this is the truth and that you can't lose weight because, well, you're carb sensitive, no, you eat too freaking many calories. And yes, I am sympathetic to the fact that you're eating too many calories because you're hungry. And I understand it's harder for you than for someone else. I appreciate that. But I'm not going to lie to you and tell you it's not because you're eating too much. You are. And it's very hard to eat less because you like what you're eating and you're hungry. You need to find low-calorie dense foods. She says avoid the freaking mangoes. Eat mangoes instead of chips. Eat less calories and you will, I promise you, you will lose weight. And I know it's hard, but if you eat more low-calorie dense foods and you become more active, you'll burn off more calories and you'll lose weight.
If you aren't losing weight on a low-calorie diet, then you'll likely hear from your physician or nutritionist one of 2 things. Either A, you're not actually being compliant and that you're secretly sneaking in food, or B, you're eating a lot more than you thought you were.
If you're on a low-calorie diet and you're not losing weight, you need to lower it even more or increase expenditure. It's one of the 2 or a combination of both. It's not because your insulin is released and your body refuses to burn fat. No, you need to be in a deficit. And if you're not losing weight, you are, in fact, not in a flippin' deficit. You want to believe her because she gives you an excuse and a reason. An excuse, you feel valified. What's the word? You feel something. Something that starts with a V. You feel that. Whatever.
And an important side note, inevitably in the short term, a calories in, calories out semi-starvation state will cause your body to lose weight.
Yes, finally. She says that when you go on a low-calorie diet, you will in fact lose weight eventually. But then your body kind of catches up and your metabolism slows down because it wants you to survive. Remember, we've evolved to be like this. We've evolved. So your NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, it goes down. You slow it down. You don't burn as many calories. Your metabolism is slower. So if you're stuck and you plateau, guess what? You gotta lower the calories again even more. You might have lost weight at 1,700 calories the first month. Now you need to cut it to 1,600 because at 1,700, you're not burning that much anymore. You're not dancing around as much. You're slowing it down. You're more tired. You're just, You can either eat less, or you can walk more, or jog more, or ride your bike more, or ride harder. Burn more calories. That's your only options, folks. You can't just start eating more. People say, oh, I don't lose weight because I don't eat enough. People say this all the time.
If you do decide to have bread, it's very important to have the least refined, least processed version that will have the slowest and lowest impact on your insulin levels.
You know what she doesn't talk about? She doesn't talk about the glycemic load of a meal. She doesn't talk about if you eat bread with egg whites or with fiber or with fat. It's the total combination of all nutrients that causes the glycemic load, which determines how fast it's excreted into the bloodstream. Does she not know this? I don't even have a freaking master's degree in nutrition, and I know this. I'm just a nobody Gilbert Godfrey. I am just a screaming parrot, and I know. She skips that part because she doesn't want you to know that, because it doesn't go well with the video. So I hope you now get a good appreciation for this girl. Why do I keep saying that? I hope you can appreciate this. I cannot believe the level of dissatisfaction, how embarrassing it is for me to have to watch this. It is so disheartening for me to see the level of misinformation that's being spewed on the internet. It's worse when they have an actual degree. If it's just some guy that looks good or some girl, and I know I shouldn't be saying guy or girl. If it's just a person or an animal or a thing that has abs and they're like, yeah, this is what I did. Well, I mean, you take it for a grain of sand or salt, whatever the saying is. But when they have a PhD or a master's or whatever and they say stuff, you want it to be true. You don't want them to misinform you. And everyone's going to say, oh yeah, but Coach Greg, you're just in for the views. You're just for the clout, man. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I like making money. Oh, it's so bad that I like to make a living. Oh, shame on me for working hard and going after fame and fortune. Oh, it's such a sin. Whatever. But at least I'm not lying about it. At least I'm not sharing misinformation to get there. I'm actually telling you the truth, okay? You don't believe me? You don't believe me. I don't care. Just like you don't believe that I'm only on HRT. I don't care. It's just amusing for me. Anyway, subscribe and bell button it up. Press all the freaking buttons that you can at once. Hopefully you get a swoosh. Maybe you get a swish. Anyway, one of these two videos you should watch because you'll like it. One of them is educational, one of them is not. One of them is just for fun. And I have a cookbook that'll help you lose weight if that is what you want. Low calorie dense foods that taste good. That's what you need. A training program, I got that too. And GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette, IFB Pro, Instagram. And until next time, I am out.